The Fast Break Layup NBA podcast is brought to you by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free, and there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Welcome back to another episode of the Fast Break Layup NBA podcast. This week we're going to be talking about the Knicks and how much they stink. Sorry to all the Knicks fans listening out there. We're going to talk about Paul George. He just made his NBA debut this week and how impressive he looks and what that means for the Clippers' future. And we're also going to talk about Carmelo Anthony signing with the Trailblazers. They finally freed that boy Melo. All right, let's get into it. All right, y'all. We don't got Rico with us today, unfortunately. So
Everything for Rico. E for Rico.
Facts. All right, let me see what I got on. I don't want to get these quick headlines before we get into like the main stories from this past week. So, all right, first story I got is the Knicks got blown out by Cleveland on Sunday, and then
That's a top story.
Some things never change. Some things just never change.
That don't change.
now it's a top story because of what happened after.
Oh, okay.
Because
what
you call it?
Yeah, all right. Not Porzingis.
Not
he's talking
even
about
Porzingis.
the
press
owner.
conference. The press conference with the president and the
I
GM.
thought you were talking about how Porzingis walked to the wrong locker room.
No, we're talking about that
He
later
did?
too.
Now that should be a top story too. That's hilarious. Nah, that's a Shaq in a full story though.
For real.
All right, so yeah, the Knicks president and GM, they had a press conference. They said they were disappointed by the start of this season by the team. They said that they told James Dolan that the team would be more competitive, even though we all know that's not the
why
case.
they're so surprised. Like, they really be
Bro,
acting
they
like
be
they
giving
got
Julius Randle the
superstar
ball
kids.
in crunch time and expect them to be like a winning team. Like that's not how you win games.
Nah, he's supposed to be playing better than he is. But yeah.
True. But all right. So basically, David Fizdale and I heard basically the whole front office is on the hot seat. Like they could all get fired if this keeps going bad.
First of all,
Only
Dolan shouldn't even
person-
be there no more, bro.
Yeah, the only person
I
that
don't
needs to get
understand.
fired is Dolan.
Dolan
That's
gotta
a
go.
fact.
And I heard so much about it.
Steve Mills got to go too. He been through all the coaching hirings and firings. He hired
Gotta
and
blow that
fired
whole
every
thing
single
up.
coach that the Knicks have.
They gotta blow that entire thing up.
By the time the Knicks competitive, it's gonna be like 10 years from now. It's like, why even try? All right, next headline is De'Aaron Fox out 3 to 4 weeks, sprained ankle.
All right.
That's a
Hopefully he
that's a
gets better.
shame.
Hopefully he gets better because they need him. They need him in out west right now. I'm not
They
gonna
actually
lie.
been doing good without him. That's the funny thing.
I mean, they won today, but their record still do.
They've been 5-2 since him and Bagley. I think out since like the whole November. They've been 5-2.
I forgot Bagley's out here. Bagley, they need him too. He's a monster. He's pretty good.
Middleton out 3 to 4 weeks with a thigh contusion. They said
That's tough. That's tough. I don't know who gonna.
But
pick
they
it up.
low key don't. I
Nah.
feel like they low key don't need him right now because they still winning games. Like Giannis is killing.
The only reason they don't need him though is because Eric Bledsoe is stepping it up because he had a bad start to the season. I'm not gonna lie, but he started stepping. He had like 5 straight 20-point games so far. So
he had a 31-point game the last time.
Yeah, 31. That was the best game of the season so far.
All right. It's got Eric Gordon out 6 weeks with a knee surgery. I had a feeling he was injured because he started off the season like even worse than he usually does.
I don't know. He's usually a good player though, good 6 man and all that. So that's gonna be.
That means it's gonna be more pressure on Harden and Westbrook to put out more scoring outputs.
Yes, and they got to do better, especially Westbrook.
Right.
I don't like he playing.
Facts. Paul George came back finally, dropped 33 points in his debut, and then dropped 37 in 20 minutes on, what was that? Was it Saturday, I think it was?
37 and 20 minutes, not too bad. That's actually
37
good.
and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was efficient, too. And that's without Kawhi. I can't wait to see how those two look together. We're going to talk about that later. All right. And then the biggest story over the weekend, Carmelo Anthony signed a non-guaranteed contract with the Trailblazers.
Melo is
Melo.
Welcome back. It's so funny because we spoke about him last week.
long overdue.
We did say free
and I was like,
Melo
I
last
don't
week.
know. I mean, they freed him.
It feels like every other week we say something and that thing happens.
Exactly.
Podcast is magic.
So we're gonna have to start doing some more predictions or something. Add that to the segment. Where let's make a segment for that. I'm with that. How much? I can't. Frankie took. I can't hear him.
I ain't hear him say nothing.
I hear him talking.
All right. In the last headline, I put this in. Being a Knicks fan, Knicks beat Porzingis twice in 6 days. We won the trade. I don't care what anyone else said. My boy was scared. What happened?
Now keep
I'm telling you, the Knicks need to play Dallas the whole year, and I guarantee you would be 82-0.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
That's the only game they compete for.
I don't know. It's because Porzingis. I think Porzingis felt bad for them because what he did for them. So like, I'm gonna give you this win, the only one of the season.
I don't even think he felt bad. I think he was low key a little bit like
they lost
nervous.
Twice, right?
Dallas, yeah, they lost twice to the Knicks.
Bums.
I'm jacking. He was going to the wrong. I'm jacking. He's going to the locker room on purpose, bro. I'm jacking it.
To do what?
He had the chop.
You think he? I'm weak.
It had to be. Because ain't no way you lose twice to the Knicks and you're happy. 1, 2. I mean, I ain't surprised you went to the wrong locker room, though. I ain't surprised about that. But
I mean, he been got traded since February. He should know that he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, bro. He probably missed them. He don't miss them. That's a lie. I know he don't. I know he loved Doncic and them over there.
Porzingis is selling.
He is. I don't count him not selling though. I say he's recovering still. Feel me? Because
he was out 20. He was out 20 months. He was out 20 months. There's no more recovering. Like he's had more than enough time. Because think about it, he was healthy since February of last season. They just didn't play him because they didn't feel like it was necessary because they were in the running for like another top draft pick. So they were like, why bring him back when you could just get another draft pick? So he's been healthy this whole time. He's been recovering. There's like no rust or anything. It's just that this is the same old Porzingis we used to see in New York.
Yeah, I just feel like he was nice, but he was never like just that player.
He was. When he was
in the beginning of the season, he was.
Yeah, but beginning of the season he was wild. I remember.
But he got tired. That's the thing with him. He gets tired very quickly throughout the season. He doesn't have high stamina.
I personally don't get that.
I don't know. His body is just. Phil Jackson even warned the New York media. Everyone thought Phil Jackson was crazy when he said that, but he said he didn't think that Porzingis was meant to last like whole seasons in the NBA. That's why he was trying to trade Porzingis for like marketing.
So you're telling me he had 20 months off and is there a way to increase? I mean, it got to be a way to increase his stamina though.
I'd assume there is.
What is it? Is it what minute restriction? Like it got to be something.
He doesn't get minute restrictions, but he kind of gets like load management in a way where like they won't play him in back-to-backs. I think.
He's too good for that though. Like he's like I wanted like you're not gonna see another Porzingis for me. Like that's special right there. Like 7'3" dribble, nice skill set, shoot from deep. So to see him struggling with Doncic to me is surprising because I thought Doncic would make the game easier for him.
They actually play better when it's just Doncic on the floor without Porzingis. Like they play
way
better without him.
Which is crazy. The season did just start though.
Yeah, it's still that.
It did just start, but true.
Because don't forget when the Heat first got together, they were struggling at first. When the Heat got together at first, took them some time. They were losing games too, and that was a good Heat team. So I don't know. I mean, it's obviously not LeBron and the rest of them, but
yeah,
like I feel as if they won't pick it up at one point. He has to. He had a few good games so far though. He dropped 30 yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I know he touched 20 a few times. So
dropped
20. He's shooting.
He's
shooting bad though.
New York.
Not again.
He
got to shoot better than that. He said he dropped 28 against New York.
He said he had 28 and 9 against New York.
9.
Yeah, he did.
New York.
But they took the L though. And in the fourth quarter, he
Mavs showed a better team though.
They are, of course, because they got Doncic, and that alone makes them the better team. Take away Doncic, though, and you got take away Doncic, and the Mavericks are basically the Knicks of last year.
So if that's the case, then Porzingis was y'all franchise player.
Yeah,
he was.
Y'all have no right to disrespect him in any way, shape, or form.
We have every right. If you know the situation that was going on behind the scenes with his brother and all that other stuff.
That's Porzingis' business.
But did it start to happen
all
in the
the
club?
Off-court issues that he had?
Happen in the club with him?
Not even just that. He has so many like
he got a bunch of
fights. Team and stuff like.
Wasn't he one? Nah, he was fighting in the club. He was wearing Nike Tech and Timbs and stuff, bro. He was wearing Timbs, right?
I don't know what he was wearing.
So.
I don't think he had Timbs on.
Nah, he definitely had that Nike Tech on though.
But they was calling him racist and a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised though. On a real note, I wouldn't. I
know he got beat up pretty bad, bro.
You too tall to get beat up though, bro.
He too big to be getting beat up.
I
think they threw like a table at him and stuff like that. And it was his own country.
That's sickening. That is sickening. All right, let's get back to basketball news, though. Let's get back.
All right, so top story I put first. I just want to talk about Melo because I know y'all want to talk about Melo. So I want
to talk about the God.
All right, so do we think? I ain't
gonna call him no God, but we don't talk about
Melo, not the God.
What do we think? What do we think his impact will be for Portland?
Well, they have injuries, like they will say. So obviously they need some scoring off the bench, and that's what Melo's there for. Obviously, they didn't pick him for no defensive reasons because we know his history. So it got to be offensive reasons. They need someone to score off the bench.
I'm not too sure if Melo's gonna be coming off the bench right now.
Yeah, I think that he actually might be able to start.
He might start.
Their front court is so weak.
They don't have Zach Collins right now.
Yeah.
So you start power forward.
Who's their power forward right now? Nobody.
Power forward wasn't it Mario?
Hezonja.
That's a small.
He's definitely starting over Mario.
He's also a bust too. I'm not gonna lie. He's low key a bust.
Mario, he is.
Yeah. No one really talks about him, but he's really a bust though.
He was drafted.
He should be way better. He was drafted high.
Drafted 5.
5, bro. He's really a bust.
To Orlando.
Where he got drafted to? What pick?
Orlando.
What pick?
5th, 5. Bro. 5th. Like those Jackie had the most superstar potential out of everybody.
They called him the Croatian Kobe Bryant.
Wow. That's a big thing to name him to them, but yeah. Back to Melo though, like I don't know. I feel as if
I think he's gonna start.
They signed him for the whole season, right? Or I'm bugging.
It's non-guaranteed until January 7th. After that, it becomes fully guaranteed.
Basically, he on a 1-day contract until January. He gets paid after every game.
Wow.
Yeah, they really got him.
I'm happy for him though. I'm on a real note. I'm happy for Melo.
I still feel like he got some in the tank. Like even on Houston, they really didn't give him a lot of time to really show out.
Really, to me, they disrespected him though. Like he always been a decent player, bro. Like he went to 2 teams that didn't fit him. Cause first of all,
he was always professional about it too.
Yeah, like and I respect that, bro. And
especially in New York, you see the way Phil Jackson did him towards the end of his time in New York. Like he was so professional. He talked to the media after every game. He answered all their questions. Like he didn't put up no attitudes about anything. Like he was just there.
And even I know he heard like what those saying about him, bro. Like and
of course,
and I respect that about him. And I think everybody downgrades his game though. Phil, he took a lot of shots and not the very.
He kind of plays an old-fashioned style game too, with the mid-range and stuff like that.
Yeah, and So I don't know, but I feel he was disrespected though. Like there's not on a real note. All those playing NBA are not better than him, bro.
They're not.
On a real note.
And I don't got too much respect for LeBron either. I heard somebody about to say Jared Dudley. That's the same thing I was about to say. I really don't got too much respect for LeBron after that whole picking up Jared Dudley for Melo.
So what is Dudley doing right now for them? Is he even playing?
He plays when they have like injuries and stuff like that.
Right now, Melo could be in the place of KCP while he's playing bad.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Melo's still better than KCP right now for a fact.
I'm better than
Brown
KCP.
want to be retweeting tweets talking about finally
Frankie.
about time and like I don't know, Brown not right for that one.
Then again, you cannot put it.
Braun is a
Braun.
businessman.
Braun is still a player at the end of the day, and he's not like feel me. I think we give Braun a lot more credit than we should.
Everybody knows that if Braun wants somebody on the team, he gonna get him.
Wait, Frankie, repeat what you said.
So Braun is a businessman.
True. He's also about the business of. Yeah, he is a businessman, and that would have been like, not. I don't know, like how to say this. It wouldn't have been like the right PR move, I guess, to sign Melo.
All right, but here's another question: would the Lakers be better with Melo?
No.
The Lakers need all the help they can get right now.
I mean, they pretty good right now.
Right.
They're like 9-2.
Nah, Kuzma picking it up though.
They're the top of the West right now.
They're top in the West, so do we really need Melo? Feel me? Like, so at the end of the day, like it still worked out for them. They top in the West, so what can you really say?
It wasn't about needing Melo. They don't need Melo. They don't need Jared Dudley. They don't need KCP. You have LeBron and AD. That's who they need.
It's about putting the right pieces around to surround that
Honestly,
team.
it'd have been right if they picked up like Melo for Kuzma injury, feel me? Because they know he's gonna be out. That'd have been the right thing to do.
Like Dwight Howard, they didn't have to pick up Dwight Howard. LeBron.
Nah, that's a good pickup though.
They low key needed to pick up Dwight because of DeMarcus Cousins.
They had options.
Nah, Dwight Howard's really the best option after DeMarcus.
I mean, the other options were Gortat and Noah. I don't know.
And Gortat, is Gortat still in the NBA, bro? Like I haven't heard about him, seen him.
Gortat, he's playing overseas.
Yeah, he decided he was gonna come. He was gonna come back over if the Lakers.
I mean, overseas is better than out of a job though.
True.
I know.
That's why a lot of people considered Melo to do.
That's what my son Whitehead went. Yeah, Whitehead went overseas too. My son Lance went overseas. Everyone went overseas. Oh yeah, even Merotic. I don't know why Merotic went overseas. He was playing so good over here.
Averaged like 37 overseas.
Yeah, he got MVP over there. Lance, he got MVP over there.
Yeah, he's balling over there.
In China.
Right, so do we think Melo can have? True. Do we think Melo can have that impact that Dwight is having for the Lakers?
No,
because we see Dwight is kind of like desperate.
It's possible.
Anything is possible. I feel like it can happen. That's one of the setups that he should do well in. It's an ISO situation. So even though he's probably gonna get the least amount of shots, Dame ISOs, CJ ISOs, he could do his little ISO too. And then the thing about like Dame wanted him, CJ wanted him. CJ,
they actually do want him. Like
they want him.
Don't forget, because CJ was definitely in Melo gym all summer.
He was training
all summer, playing with Morey, playing with J. Cole, playing with all of them. So he definitely seen, the real Melo all summer and see how hard he was working. So it makes sense to want to, go pick him up.
And I feel like this year, this has been like having a year off for Melo will kind of do his body some justice too.
That's
because
hopefully
he'll be ready to play more.
He looks like he slimmed up.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like I feel like he lost some weight, so maybe he might be faster. Maybe he might jump higher. For all you know, we can only hope. But I feel as if whenever he plays, there's gonna be a lot of pressure, bro. Like it's gonna be a lot of pressure.
I mean,
there's gonna be a lot of eyes on
him. It's been pressure.
I already know the minute he go like 3 from 12 one game, people gonna go nuts. Like yo, Melo, You come to the NBA, you doing this. Like, I already know how.
And they're gonna be like, oh, are they gonna cut him now because he's a non-guaranteed deal? They could cut him whenever they want, just like they did.
And it's so crazy to me because people be playing worse. Like some people just have straight bad games, and then again, it's Melo. He a superstar. Used to be a superstar. So I understand. It's understandable, but it's not fair. It's not the treatment he gets. Not fair to him. No,
it isn't.
Better than that. At the end of the day, he's still a Hall of Famer. Still one of the best scoring. He's a top 10 small forward of all time. We don't have to argue that. So like it's still disrespectful. He's a Hall of Famer, top 10 small forward. Why is he not in the league, bro? And that's a problem to me. But to see him back in the league makes me happy personally. I like to see that.
Facts. All right, let's get into the next one. Got Clippers. Their defense has been struggling lately. They've been letting teams score like crazy. We saw what Houston did to them again. What day was that?
Houston don't count. They got James Harden.
True, they don't count.
That's a bad. James Harden gave him a clean 40. That's a bad man right there.
But Paul George came back.
I was watching a highlight of James Harden work on some rookie yesterday, bro. And I watched that video like 8 times in a row.
2K, bro.
And I'm looking at everything in the video. I'm like, this is unfair, bro. Like, this is happening in real life.
Bro.
This is happening in real life, bro. Like, they watching. It's 9 people on the court watching somebody do this, bro. It's crazy, bro.
It's 2K17 vibes, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
The way he was moving.
Yeah, but
like,
the Clippers
defense.
They 8-5 right now. Kawhi's been out with like the last 2 games.
8-5. It's because Kawhi not playing a lot. PG here now. I want to see them play together, but
I want to talk about like what do they think the future of that team is now that we've seen Paul George championship. I feel like that's a little premature.
Till they play together.
Yeah, I want to see them play together.
We said the same thing about Toronto last year with Kawhi sitting out games. It don't matter, bro. The record not gonna matter because as soon as the offs come, everybody's 0-0. It do not matter.
Play together, it's not gonna work.
Bro, we gonna know what
chances that they don't play together is slim.
They're obviously gonna play together come playoffs. We all know this. Regular season to that team does not matter.
You know how I feel?
I
feel like
it's like the Warriors. It's like you just go through the regular season motions and then you just get to the playoffs.
Don't overexert yourself. Just worry about where you going. Worry about playoffs, bro. Worry about playoffs.
I don't know. I feel that it do kind of matter the regular season just because of seeding. Like they don't want to slip and fall. They don't want to slip and fall to that 8th seed.
I don't think
I get what you're saying, because seeding does matter.
To that 8th seed and you got to see Braun and AD is going to be a problem. It's going to be a dogfight.
They're not going to fall below 4. We know they're not going to fall below 4.
I'm not going to lie to you. I feel as if them playing together is going to be a rare occasion. Like, they're going to rest one game, then rest the next one.
I was thinking that too because they play the same position, so why not?
I mean, they could win like that, feel me? They still going to win.
Definitely, because they're going to be healthy. They're going to be
healthy. Hopefully they don't get, like, injured while they're playing, but, like, at the same time, if they do that, I mean...
I was listening now, when those 2 men get on the court at the same time, bro, the league is in for a rude awakening. You heard it here.
I was listening to another podcast. They were like, "What if the Clippers just play one each game, like, and then they release both of them for the playoffs as like a secret weapon?"
That's what I'm saying. They're not trying to give all that up right now.
They should both play against hard teams, though. Like if he's playing like something like the Knicks, one play. But like when they play something like the Lakers, both y'all pop out. Then next game, the Kings, you can sit down, bro. Then the Bucks come, both y'all come play. Something like that.
I don't know.
Especially for those national TV games. Because you know the league is going to complain again.
I feel like national TV games, especially, they should play together, bro. Especially those games.
I would do it the opposite way. I feel like in calm games, you try harder and it's more of a chance of an injury.
True.
Compared to like playing the Kings like yesterday.
The thing is, you can get injured against anybody, though. You can get injured against anybody.
True.
So, no, you can. It's more rare against.
I don't feel as if
easier teams.
The only team I could say is you probably get injured against is like who? Like some aggressive teams. Other than that, like you can get injured against anybody though. Any game. To be honest, it could just be your body. Like no one gotta touch you.
We'll see because they play Friday against the Rockets again. So we'll see if they play both of them. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
I feel like somebody's gonna sit out. Kawhi probably gonna sit out. He don't want that 40 on his neck again.
PG definitely gonna play because he said he wanted to play.
What's up with Kawhi though? Like you're not gonna talk about how he didn't want to guard James Harden?
I feel like he low-key might be injured. I'm not even gonna like try to defend him right now, but I saw him hobbling towards the end of that game. Like he was like limping on one leg, and like he was like staying as far away from the ball handlers as possible. Like it wasn't just Harden. It was like whoever was a ball handler, Kawhi was just not with it because like his leg, something was bothering him, and they said he has a sore knee. That's why he was out yesterday against the Hawks. So I think this knee thing might actually be an issue for him, and they may actually have to load manage him, even though we might not like it.
Bueno, it's not sounding good.
It's not, but the addition of Paul George kind of allows for him to get this load management resting without them having such a significant loss.
And Paul George needs it too.
True.
He needs a load management too, because I mean, I feel as if no matter what injury you come back from, you're not 100% to like if you need some time in at the same time. You still have to get your confidence back, etc. I mean, he looked very confident. He scored 70 in 2 games, bro. Like,
that's wicked. That's wicked.
That's That's a bad man right there for real.
All right.
I didn't expect that. But go ahead.
Speaking of Clippers, I was talking about the Raptors because they remind me of the Clippers of last year. The way they playing now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but like against like the top offensive players, they've been holding them to like
I heard about that.
low numbers. Like they held
struggled.
They held Kawhi to like 2 for 12. They held LeBron for like 5 for 15. They held Dame to 9 points. Like they've been holding like these guys who have been on a tear lately to like to low numbers. And they doing this without Kyle, without Serge.
Yeah, what happened to Kyle? I'm not a big fan of Kyle, but what's up with him?
His thumb.
He hurt his thumb again. The same thumb he hurt during the summer with the Olympics. He hurt it again.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not a big fan of Kyle. I'm not gonna say I hate him, but
a lot of us aren't a big fan of Kyle. But yeah,
Kyle Lowry. I mean, I hope he recovers because I mean his team playing well without him. Van Fleet doing his thing. I'm kind of upset. I dropped him on my fantasy because now he want to average 17 and 7. Like, okay, bro.
And Siakam's just stepping it up. They got some guys, some undrafted guys that are stepping it up, like Terrence Davis and stuff like that.
Actually, I never heard of those names, so I'm happy for them too. Anyone on draft? Oh, they got Shamori now. Shamori get a minute.
Shamori hasn't got any burn yet lately.
Nah, he did.
Shamori in the G League, boy.
He got to play.
Wait, let me look this up because I want to check.
He played.
He
scored 2
From what I've
points.
seen, though, he hasn't played in the NBA yet.
Nah, he did. He scored 3 points against. He came up the bench. He played 2 games. Like not too much minutes though, but he got to play.
Let me see. Because I know he's on a 2-way deal, so he has a limited amount of time he can spend with the NBA team. He can only spend 45 days with them.
What? That's whack.
Yeah, that's why like when they talk about like the Warriors, why they're in so much trouble this year, they have 2 guys on 2-way contracts, and once those guys' NBA days run out, they'll have like 6-7 healthy guys on the roster.
So what they got to do? They got to sign them for them to stay, basically.
Yeah, but like certain teams, like again the Warriors, they don't have enough money. So once those guys' NBA days run out, that's it. It's clipped.
Damn, that's tough.
Yep.
I mean, they're not going to playoffs, so they don't matter.
Yeah, I mean the Warriors don't care. They're tanking basically.
Yeah.
All right, and Andrew Wiggins, we called him out. What was it? The first podcast it was. We called him out, and ever since then he's been like tearing it up, like averaging almost like 28 a game.
Yeah,
he's been killing it.
I watched one game and he was in a full quarter looking like Kobe, bro. He's coming up court,
right?
tween, pulling from deep too. But I'm like, yo,
he alright.
He's doing it.
It's a hot streak.
Everyone is like, oh, this is the normal
Wiggins
that he does every
year. Then again, let's say this.
It will come
to an end. Time, bro.
I feel like this is more consistent though, because like other times it's usually like 4 or 5 games. This has been like 6-7 games, and I feel like he's extra motivated now because of people like us calling him out on like a daily basis, saying, "What's up with you?
I don't think we should get our hopes too high."
I don't want to get my hopes too high, but I feel like he's finally turned the corner, maybe. I hope so.
Hopefully. Let's hope so. I mean, he averaged 25 right now.
We can do is pray.
And what you call it, him and Cat, they lead in the Timberwolves. I think they,
Their record is good, right?
They like 5th or something in the – let me take a look at the standings real quick. They 7-6. They're 8th. Which is like where we expect them to be if like both those guys are going to be competing at a high level.
I mean, I don't expect them to do too much in the playoffs. I mean, hopefully they make it. I want to see them in the play. I don't think Cat touched the playoffs in his career.
He touched the playoffs, but Capella
he definitely did. He touched the playoffs and he had the worst.
Oh yeah,
that's why Jimmy was calling him soft and stuff like that because Capella was
5 games.
Capella had him looking like a baby.
That was bad for him.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you go back, let's hope
that was bad. Like that was the worst we ever seen.
Yeah, I never seen Cat look like that.
That was You know who else looked bad? Dame against the Pelicans
that was year. Pathetic.
Oh yeah, I ain't never see Dame.
Going back to Melo real quick. I think we keep forgetting that, Portland was in the conference finals last season.
The thing is, they had huge roster turnover this year. They got rid of a lot of their key pieces. That's why they struggling right now.
Then they got some new key pieces too.
But those pieces aren't really fitting well with Dame and CJ. Like Hazonia can't shoot. Tolliver is supposed to be able to shoot. Wow. He can't shoot.
Supposed to be able to shoot. Okay.
Tolliver's supposed to be able to shoot. He can't shoot. Rodney Hood's been in and out of the lineup with injury. All their bigs are basically hurt except for her Whiteside. They got a lot of issues. That's why they signed Melo. They were like super, super desperate. Which I don't think it should have came to that for someone to sign Melo, but I'm just happy he's back. But
the fact that he's there, I'm just happy. But I feel like they don't pick it up at one point. They don't pick it up at one point. Dame is the best scoring point guard in the league right now, so he got to figure out something. Sure. He got to at this point. When does Nurkic come back though?
They don't know yet. No solid timeline for him yet. Yeah, same. It's he's really, him, Oladipo, good. Guys like that. They have no timeline yet.
Oladipo, yeah. I know Indiana got to be.
Oladipo though, the one positive thing though is that he just got assigned to the G League team to practice with them, so that means he's close to coming back. Usually, when they assign guys to the G League team to practice, that's when they're coming back. So.
Indiana not doing.
Yeah,
they could be good. They have some injuries too.
They 7-6, but it's because it's the East. They in the 6th seed.
They got playoffs. They got Jeremy Lamb out too. They just
he's getting. I need him to come back. He needs to come back. I need him on my fantasy. He needs to come back, bro. That's my player now, bro. You're not getting that back. Yeah. Jeremy Lamb,
Same thing with Eric Bledsoe, bro. Send him back to me. I've been seeing y'all moving my pieces, so what's up with y'all?
Y'all gonna be in for a rude awakening with that Bledsoe.
Boy, shut up. Boy, shut up.
I'm gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Yo, you need to drop Porzingis.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? Is people telling me drop him. And then I got people asking for him like 2 minutes later. After they say
people
that,
asking for him.
Yo, I'm hearing you trying to trade Porzingis for LeBron over there. I ain't gonna say too much.
I don't even want to politic on that, bro. I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah. I heard a walkie trade you offered somebody, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It had something to do with Harrison.
Oh,
bro.
I never did that. Bro, I'm telling you, you can't listen to people, bro. I had to get a little aggressive. What's his name?
I don't want to hear it. Let's get back to the podcast, though. We were talking about this for the whole day. Let's get back to that. Because frankly, you disgust me right now. You disgust me. Come here, you try to trade for Porzingis for Braun and stuff like that. That's bro. That's not human like, bro. That's not human like.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? John dead asked me for Porzingis yesterday.
Josh Hart.
Dead asked me for extra Braun.
I will show
extra Braun.
Bro, no. I was like, you ain't want him. He was like, oh, nah, that was the past. This is now. I'm like, I need Braun because I'm giving you AD. He like, nah, I need Bledsoe. I need Caleb, Porzingis. I'm like, yo, bro, you trying to rob me, bro. It don't make sense talking to you, bro.
All right, let's get back to what's the next subject now? Because
what's the next topic, bro?
I'll leave that up to y'all. What do y'all want to talk about? Because there's a lot that happens.
I want to talk about fantasy, bro. That shit is not fantasy.
Nah, that's for a different time. That's for a different time.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a separate fantasy podcast or something.
Facts. That's a good idea, actually.
I'm with that. I'll talk about that with everybody. But let me see. What's next? What's
I don't want to talk about that.
Let me see. So what do you think the next move for the Knicks though? I think the coach gonna get fired. Like, what you think gonna happen?
All right, no, I want to actually talk about the Knicks coach for a minute because I watched. Yo, I know y'all don't watch Knicks games. I'm probably the only person that.
No, I can't. It's cancer.
Yeah,
it's cancer, bro.
It's not even boring, bro.
All right, so this is what happened yesterday, not boring.
Right? All right, y'all know Marcus Morris hit the game winner against Dallas the other day, right? So we coming down to another situation where like we need a basket in crunch time. So this is what Fizdale does, right? We get the first they gave up a 3 to Devontae Graham, who was wilding yesterday. He had 9 threes or whatever, and he had 29 points. All right, so we come back down. Oh, no, wait. Lakers 30, Hawks 6. Oh, no, that's disgusting. Anyways.
Damn.
I mean, AD Wilden. Let me go tune in.
Anyways, back to my Knicks rant for a minute. What you call it?
Nah, y'all would even
Who's
guess who's
walling?
walling.
KCP.
KCP?
KCP.
Yo, this
AD got
podcast
0.
is magic, yo. Whoever we talk about starts going off, yo.
Nah, to be honest.
Brown got 9, 3 and 4, and KCP got 10. And Danny
All
Green
right,
got 9.
back to what I was saying about the Knicks. So David Fizdale, they call a
Yeah.
timeout. You would think you would get the ball to RJ Barrett, who was hot. He had 22 points. He had 16 in the second half alone. You had Marcus Morris, who hit the game winner the other night. You know what they give the ball to? They give the ball to Julius Randle on the elbow. He goes driving to PJ Washington, pulls a little step back, fade away, barely grazes the rim. Game over. We lose 103-102. Bro, what did Fizdale call? What play did he call that involved Julius Randle catching the ball at the elbow? Like, and then people want to blame the management. Like, management doesn't call that play. David Fizdale called that play.
Well, Randall's their best player according to the numbers. Well, not the numbers, according to
the contract size.
Nah, well that too, but like
and 2K overall.
Maybe that
according to popularity,
like, he's supposed to be the best player. So I'm not mad that he got the last shot, but how much did he have that game?
12.
The real question was he playing. I'll be damned.
RJ Barrett was leading scorer. He wasn't even on the court at the time. They had subbed him out.
The thing about that is, bro, like, you know, if you're the star player, you gonna take that shot regardless.
At the end of the day, like, he's the best player, so you can't be mad.
He's not a star as
he's supposed to be a star though. The way he was playing last year, he was getting 50 points. He gave who he told he dropped. Oh no, Cantor. He gave you a 45 ball last year. Stop talking to me like he was on his bully. So
I don't know. I don't know if he lost confidence or something
bad.
This year, but he's not playing like that Julius Randle no more.
The
I don't know.
It might be the system. It could just be the Knicks system affecting him, like Dennis Smith. Like it got to be something affecting him because people go there and start playing worse now. Like, I think you go to the Knicks and you play like
Marcus Morris is having one of the best years of his career, so it can't be that. And RJ Barrett is playing pretty well too.
He a rookie and he could shoot better. He gonna get his time though.
True.
Once he learn.
But still, David Fizdale has done so many countless like questionable moves. It's like,
but I heard he's not a bad coach though, and that's not really questionable because that's his best player. So at the same time,
but then but given the situation I told y'all like RJ Barrett was hot. He had 16 second half points, and RJ Barrett wasn't even on the court for the last play. Like that to me is inexcusable. You can't have the guy who has 16 second half points on the bench watching the last play of the game. You can't have Marcus Morris, who had the game winning basket last game and was doing pretty good this game, inbounding the ball, so he can't even get a chance to get it back because there was like 2.1 seconds. So Julius Randle was driving to the basket, stepped back, and didn't even get the shot off in time, and it barely hit the rim.
I mean, to be honest, it don't even matter if he was to win.
But there's greater issues than the coaching. I'm just saying, Fizdale is
all you know, he did it on purpose.
Is not blameless this year. He's not blameless.
Then he shouldn't take all the blame regardless, though. Like
he shouldn't take all the blame, but he's not blameless because a lot of the New York media is trying to spin it like he is like a saint and he is like the perfect coach, which is not the case.
I was watching something and they was talking about Nolan and his 10th. I heard he kicked somebody out the arena.
Yeah, Dolan has an issue with kicking out fans when they start to chant fire Dolan or Dolan sucks. Like whenever someone chants that, they'll take him out of the Garden.
And that's unprofessional, bro. I mean,
he's a baby basically.
From an owner, he's like a big baby, bro. And that's an owner. So I guess like that's why the franchise is a joke, bro. Because that's a joke right there. Like, as an owner, someone pay money and they say, "Oh, boo, fire you, bro!" Like, and you kick them out.
I'm just hoping a Donald Sterling type situation happens with him, where it's like,
they need to set him up. They need to set him up at this point.
Where like someone catches him on tape saying something he shouldn't have said.
Yeah, bro, get him out of there.
I'm sorry, but he is not the man that is fit for this,
bro.
Like New York City deserves so much better from a sports team. Like,
nah, bro, we do. I mean, we got the Nets now, so forget the. I mean, y'all still
Nets not even doing that.
Well, you still a Knicks fan. Now
you say that like the Nets is winning right now, bro.
Yeah, the Nets is struggling.
I mean,
well, we knew
and Kyrie looking like
we know who coming next year though.
It's all about next year, baby.
Kyrie ain't even play. He just
injured.
Like
he was benched last game or something like he injured or something like.
Yeah, he injured his shoulder.
He was.
See, so like I didn't expect him to do too much. I expected him to go to the playoffs though, but like if they don't, I'm not gonna be too upset.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
If they don't make the playoffs,
we have to.
That's gonna be an indictment on Kyrie.
It will be a problem.
That's gonna be a big problem, especially
because
they're
gonna be like, look what D'Lo did with this squad last year, and then Kyrie comes in and they do worse. And it's gonna
look at the Celtics too. The Celtics it's gonna like monsters right now, bro.
Exactly. It's gonna play into that whole narrative.
That starting five all have their career high.
Oh yeah, you saw the stat right there where the whole starting line.
Yeah, Marcus Smart, Jason
Tatum,
Gordon Hayward.
That's interesting.
Jaylen Brown, they all have their career high.
Because there's two things you can say. You can say it's Kyrie or they got better, but then everyone's gonna say nah, it's Kyrie.
Everyone's gonna say
I don't know.
They're all young. It was all young, and then Kyrie was like the old head. He's not used to that. He used to be in a young player, so it's like it was like he was the adult, and they couldn't have fun with him then. Now they do whatever they want.
True. But you know what? Also, like I also heard like the leadership in there is way different with Kemba. Like when they miss shots,
Kemba encourages
Kyrie used to like strip his like he encouraged him to keep shooting. I heard like Hayward miss a shot and Kyrie strip his teeth, like so stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like affects the team, bro. A lot.
Nah, I see that on the court too. I think I watched whatever last game Kyrie played. I watched, and like Dinwiddie. I mean, he was wrong for it, but it was a close game, and Dinwiddie just came up the court and shot a three. Like they ain't getting to no sus, no nothing. He just shot it. I seen Kyrie like put his hands up and make a play.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that this year.
But I mean, I feel like you can't show those emotions on the court, but like, you got to voice it in the locker room.
Yeah, he has to do better than that. I mean, he gonna learn in due time though. He has to. I mean, he has to learn at one point. Like you can't go to every team and bring some
and be a problem.
Like, that's not. And be a problem. I mean, you could drop 40 every night, but once you toxic in the locker room, bro, like. That affects the whole team morale. That's not good for any team at all. So like I don't know. Otherwise, how does the Suns still playing well?
Yeah, they are. Surprisingly, I feel like they actually might be like they might be a sleeper for that 8th seed.
Sneaker.
Yeah, they
I don't know.
No, Suns ain't touching the 8th seed. No
Why
way.
not? Who you think is gonna get?
They ain't. Bro, hold on.
Because what you call it?
Not the stats. Let me put this.
They 5th right now.
You got the Lakers. You got Houston. You got Denver. You got Utah. You got the Clippers. I'll put.
You got the Jazz.
I would put Minnesota. I said that. That's 5. I would put Minnesota, Dallas, and Portland ahead of them. The only debatable would be Dallas. Portland.
What about What about if Zion come back in the Pelicans?
And even San Antonio.
What about that? Y'all not taking Pelicans?
Nah. It's
unless Brandon Ingram playing with him.
Right now, Ingram, Ball, and Hart I think are all injured for the Pelicans. So like I don't even see them rushing anybody back. Just try to get another pick.
They had that same problem last year with injuries on the Lakers. That's the funny part. That's all the Lakers fan right there.
Yeah, now that trade not looking too bad.
Yeah, because now all of them want to get injured. They're all injury prone now, and it's sickening because now it's
Lonzo.
Yeah, that was a concern of. That's why the Pelicans were hesitant on that trade to begin with when it first got offered.
And when he plays, I mean, they play better, of course, because Lonzo doesn't have a bad effect on the court. So to see him out, I can see why they losing. They had a good win the other day, though.
You think they go after LaMelo in the draft if they get a chance?
You have to.
I mean, why not? That man, 6'7", monster, shooting from deep.
For the future,
still got time.
That's a top.
I've been saying he was the future since he was in 9th grade.
He not gonna get the first pick just because he don't have too much upside.
I feel like first pick is probably gonna be
defense, and
it's probably gonna be James Wiseman or Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony wilding right now in college, so I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah, it depends what team get the first pick though.
If the Warriors get number 1, they going after Wiseman.
Yeah, because they don't need LaMelo. They got Curry over there. I don't want to see him be his backup. Like that's not a sight I want to see. So I don't know.
I don't see the Warriors get number 1.
I doubt it.
If they do, the NBA would be sick. They'll call it rigged and everything.
I'm dragging the NBA.
I want to see my Nets get a number 1 pick somehow, somewhere. But I doubt that's good. I mean, yeah,
They got a draft pick. They got the is it the Celtics? They
Nets?
got
No, they
somebody
don't have any
drafted.
draft pick.
Damn, tough.
I could have sworn they had somebody drafted.
No. What you call it?
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, at least the Knicks don't have the
something.
worst record. I'm just happy about that.
I like how my son Bradley Beal is playing this season. I mean, he's shooting a lot of shots, but I mean, he's picking it up. 2 back-to-back.
Speaking of the
24 points.
Wizards, Isaiah Thomas is quietly having a pretty good season this year. He ain't doing all that, but he's doing pretty good considering that.
I'm looking at I had him on my fantasy team for like 2 games. He's doing better than last year.
He struggled.
He's getting PT because glass wall.
All right, bro, stop. That's not
So,
needed.
the word is
That's not needed. That's not needed. Like, leave him alone. That's not needed.
The word is his right now.
Speaking of glass wall.
Speaking
that PG spot is
I don't even know if he's ever when he comes back, what's he gonna look like?
Bro, I don't know if that
And if he does,
We may have seen the last of John Wall in the NBA forever,
y'all trying to tell me. Yo, hold on.
I just want to see him bust the dance one more time.
Y'all trying to tell me a man can, y'all telling me a man can broke off his leg and come back and play, but my son John Wall can't, son. Yo, watch your mouth, son.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro, because he's overweight. He's fat.
What? Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from?
Bro, have you seen
The last time
Have you seen John
a recent
Wall?
picture of John Wall?
IT was giving him
No,
bucket.
wait,
A recent picture of John Wall.
I just I want to defend Kev for a minute. I did see a video of John Wall dunking yesterday, so he is getting straight.
Bro, what y'all talking about?
It's easy to
still-
dunk when the rim
he's
at
still-
8 feet, bro. Come on, bro.
Yo, what are you talking about?
And he
I'm
wild.
not gonna lie. Y'all gonna watch your mouth. Y'all gonna watch your mouth on the podcast. Very disrespectful today, bro. I'm not feeling it.
Yo, the last time we seen John Wall in a game, bro, he was getting done to by IT, bro. And now IT taking his spot again. Y'all remember that? IT had 40 and John Wall shot 1 for 11. And they was out the playoffs. And that was the last thing. That was the last thing. How IT drop you off in and take your PG spot? That don't look right.
Now, why y'all talking like that? Now, when he come back and he do good, don't jack him, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from none of
never
y'all.
jack
bro.
John Wall. We would never jack him.
Thank
It's
God y'all
literally
podcast.
the
and not
facts,
I want to hear
bro.
none of that, bro.
It's literally
All right, bro, watch.
facts,
All right,
Bradley
bro,
Beal
watch.
should have got out of there. Bradley Beal should have went
Bradley Beal taking
went to
advantage of
the
the
Heat.
opportunity because John Wall not gonna come back and look the same.
Not
so he
even.
knows that's gonna be his team.
He should have went to the Lakers.
Yeah, that would have
Lakers.
been scary for the league.
He's good. He's good on the Wizards. He's fine on the Wizards.
Imagine this, Kev.
He's
He's
fine
good
on the Wizards.
without John Wall. Now you pair him next to AD and LeBron James. Bro.
Why does he want to go?
Championship.
No. Why would he want to leave a first scoring option and go be the third scoring option? He's fine.
For a winning
For a championship?
for a winning season.
He is fine. Like I said, he is fine, bro. He
The
is
same
fine.
reason your favorite player did
He
it.
is fine with
Bro,
your act,
I
bro. We gonna
remember
get better.
John
We'll
Wall
get some draft
first
picks.
game when he came in doing the Dougie. I'm like, this is the future of the NBA.
That's why I just want to see the John Wall one more time,
Bro.
I got his dancing 2K and all that. I be
Crazy.
to it, son.
It's crazy.
My son have one bad
I
game
don't
and
think I'm
everyone
ever
want to
seeing
go
him do that
crazy.
You
again,
like
bro.
one bad game. It's been 2 years, bro. It's been 2 years.
Alright,
Bro,
bro.
we haven't seen that man
Alright,
suit up in how
Yeah,
long?
John Wall
when
hasn't been the
he
same
come back,
He come to games
when
just
he
to show
comes
off
back,
his
we're gonna
fit.
see how glass wall quote unquote.
Bro, he come to games just to show off
Bro,
his
he
fit.
has a
Okay,
chin
he's-
strap beard.
and
He
he's
looks like
drippy.
T. Grizzly,
And he's
bro.
drippy.
He drippy.
I
He's
see
drippy,
though.
bro. I will give
He
you that.
looks
Thank
like
you.
T.
It just doesn't
Grizzly.
matter if you can't stay on the court healthy.
Yo,
Man.
that's all he got.
Okay, Westbrook drippy. I mean, damn. He's not drippy. He's not drippy. Forget it. Scratch that. Scratch. Matter of fact, yo, Samuel, erase that part out the
Nah,
podcast.
Westbrook
I didn't even say
fake
that.
drippy.
I
Westbrook
didn't say
fake
that.
drippy. Don't do that.
Nah,
Don't do that.
He has his
Westbrook
days
fake
though.
drippy.
He got his days.
Don't do
He got
that.
his days.
Don't do that.
Some fits is
Don't
better than
do
others.
that.
But nah.
But all right.
On the drip meter, I'm giving him a 6.
I'm giving him like a 7.5/8, bro.
You get a 7 from me.
He
He's on
definitely
OKC,
dressed
but
better
otherwise he
than
get a
Harden.
6.
Harden. I don't even know what Harden be wearing.
Harden be wearing Hawaiian t-shirts with Adidas track pants, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Every game, bro.
What's up, Valentinos? What's up, Valentinos, bro? Like
Valentinos for the walkthrough of the bus, bro. Come on, bro.
in a spray ground. Like,
Come on,
yo,
bro.
yo, why hasn't Westbrook done that?
They sit at him with
They
a
said it's low
back-to-back.
management.
They sit at basically.
Yeah, everybody on that low management.
Literally
Yeah,
everybody.
It's because everybody had off-season surgeries and stuff like that, except for Kawhi.
That's a fact, though.
Nah, it's crazy though, cause like everybody has to do low management. Cause if you don't, Kawhi and Clippers gonna run through them. Like you have no choice now. Cause if you're not as healthy as Kawhi and PG, it's a wrap.
To be
You still
honest,
forgetting the Lakers
I think
is a good
Houston
team. Like, they already have
had a
no
good chance of beating both those LA teams though when healthy.
That's a fact.
I want to see them play the
Capella,
Lakers this year because I have yet to see Houston play the Lakers, and I feel like that's going to be a good matchup.
that game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game, bro.
Here's what's gonna happen. Harden's gonna have 51 on 41 shots tossed up again. He's gonna make
45 shots.
He's gonna make like
45
18.
shots.
Bro, forget all that talk, bro. Melo is back in the league. I'm a Blazers fan now.
Yo,
So they
let me ask the
a
question
We've
real
been
quick.
they've been saying that in Portland for like the last 5-6 years, bro.
Yo, y'all want to bet
Melo,
Melo have a 30-point game?
Conference finals to
You want to bet Melo have a 30-point game?
Can he average 15?
some money on that.
I believe
Can he
it.
average 15?
Bro, he averaged 16 last time he was
Yeah,
in the
bro.
league.
He played.
Yo, we gotta understand, bro. He played.
That was on
He played with
OKC.
OKC with 2 chucks,
He
bro.
averaged 16.
Not a chuck, but he played with
Nah, one
chuck and then
one ball
yeah,
dominant
bro.
small
And he
forward.
averaged 16 points with that. This still the same Melo who is a scoring champion. Like, come on, we cannot sit here and
No doubt
him
that
like that.
Melo can score the ball, but we're in 2019, bro. It's not a Melo league no more.
Nah, the NBA is
How you don't know
different,
All right,
really
It's not
he said he was
for
working
Melo
hard
no
all
more,
summer.
bro.
We seen his Melo tapes in the summer.
All we could do,
I'm watching that entire game Tuesday, Monday, whenever he play. I'm watching that.
Yeah, he's playing Tuesday against the
start.
Pelicans. They said he might play Tuesday because he has to pass like physicals. He has to go through practice with the team.
Yeah, I seen the video. He said Tuesday. Tuesday's the earliest. Definitely not Monday.
I wish it was Monday
do
against
his
Houston.
way.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, because he would have gave James Harden some buckets. I'm not gonna lie to you.
65. I'm not gonna lie.
Stop talking like that.
We know.
Just want to get who? Melo?
Bro, James Harden would have had 65%.
We know what this man with the beard does, bro. We gotta stop acting like James Harden not nasty, bro. Like,
that's my boy. So I gotta put the James Harden
he
slander
really
to rest
nasty
too.
with it, bro. I be looking at plays. I be
Everybody
like,
be
yo,
bringing up
why
free throws
why
and
y'all
this and that.
watching
I'm
him
like,
do that? Like, that's bad basketball. Then boom, he draining it from 40 feet out, bro. For step
They really do play
like,
bad.
Come on,
They
bro.
really do play bad basketball because
He's the best. He's the best worst player in NBA history. Literally.
I thought that title.
He's not no worst player. He's not no worst player.
Bro, his game is so
best
good
worst.
that it's bad, bro. Like that.
Nah, it's just I think it's the Anthony system, really, because like no one else is getting 40 shots a night. Let's think about it. Who else in the NBA is shooting 40 shots a night, bro?
I feel like
other than Westbrook on OKC.
If Curry was still
Westbrook on
playing
OKC
with
got
all
that,
these
bro.
Warriors injuries, I feel like Curry would have that green light to be able to do that. We saw what he.
But if Curry throws up 40
shots,
shots,
not gonna get them a
Curry
chip.
throws up 40 shots. Think about it.
That's he's making a lot of.
That's a 50-point game.
He's gonna crack
That's a 50-point game.
50. You 50?
50. This is no Harden, Kevin.
Nah, come on.
Bro,
they still
Harden
have to start double teaming him, etc.
50 or 41 shots, bro, and he's only making 18 shots, bro. Curry is gonna make more than half of those shots, bro, and they're gonna be mostly threes. Are you crazy?
That's why I was
crazy?
saying the MVP season.
That's not funny.
This is why he had to be. Bro. That's why he had to be. He had to be handicapped this year.
Yo, that's 100 points. I'm telling you.
Boy, he hasn't even scored
Because every
70.
time he's about to, they pull him out for the last quarter. We've never seen him play 4 quarters.
As they should.
They hating on greatness. They hating on greatness.
That's why he's injured right now, son.
No, he's injured because of a freak
greatness.
accident. You had Aaron Baines.
They hating on greatness.
So wait, are we still jacking Curry giving Michael Jordan 65 back in the day?
Of course.
Of course.
Hell no.
It would never be back in the day. It would have to be today's game. It would have to be today's game.
What rules are we playing by?
If we're going by today's game.
See, there is a lot of
variables. If we're going by today's game, it's not built for Jordan, bro. Especially on the defensive side. Especially on the defensive side. It is not built for Jordan, bro. You cannot hand check no more. You can't be physical no more. You really have to be in the right place at the right time with your hands up.
This is the era of freedom of movement.
You can't touch him. It's Curry's league.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what we talk about
something. That's Michael Jordan.
What do we not talk about, Kev?
With a Scotty.
We didn't talk about Blake Griffin's return. You didn't talk about Blake Griffin's return to the league.
Man, did he really do anything that was worthy of his
underwhelming? That's what it was.
I think he had like
underwhelming.
20.
That's what it was.
He had like 20, I think.
So how y'all see the Pistons? The Pistons go to the playoffs for sure.
He's about to get traded to the Suns, bro.
Well, I'm gonna say D-Rose better stop selling me.
I don't know why you haven't.
Detroit is 4-9.
Nah, D-Rose, he ain't playing too bad. He put up like 14.
He's averaging 18 a game and 6 assists. That's pretty good.
Too bad.
2 boards, 1 steal, and he just came back with an injury.
I think he's gonna be injury prone. Nah, not injury prone.
Not prone, but he's gonna have like his Knicks and Knacks throughout the year.
Oh well, Blake is averaging 19, 6 assists and 5 boards.
Drummond's averaging about 20 and 17.
How y'all feel about the Pistons though? Like,
I feel like they'll be like an 8 seed again, probably. Even though they should be
first round exit
again.
Wait, tell me, where's the Bucks at?
They third right now.
Let's see, where's the Bucks at? They
Giannis to the Warriors confirmed.
That Heat game.
Oh no,
that's
hard to do. That's hard for the Warriors.
I don't know. I wouldn't wish anybody to come to New York and play basketball at this point, bro.
As long as Dolan is here, I really don't want any superstars here because it's gonna be drama, unnecessary drama.
Not even drama. This is where careers go to die, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Chill. Melo had like one of his best
fact,
years.
Though, bro.
I'm sick of it at this point, bro. How long we been losers in the?
Their careers really died in New York.
That's Melo. Melo career started dying there, and now like he just got resurrected, bro.
Died in New York too.
He just got resurrected.
Amari, no, bro. You can't even say resurrected until he played good, bro.
But I mean, back in the
I'm
NBA
not gonna
now,
say resurrected.
He died so bad, he got
gangster.
kicked out the NBA, bro. NBA.
But I mean, back to Detroit. I feel like they want to play Boston.
Why?
Trust me.
Because Boston got no
understandable.
bigs.
Understandable.
They cannot be Boston. They cannot be Boston.
Boston got no bigs.
It don't matter if you don't got no bigs. When you got cardiac Kemba at the 1, bro. You know what Kemba do to bigs already. You know what Kemba do to bigs already.
Who the bigs are.
You know what Kemba do to bigs already. In a pick and roll, nobody want to see cardiac Kemba.
Send Rico an invite.
In a pick and roll, which big man in the league really want to see cardiac Kemba, bro? Let me know. Drummond, bro. You already know he don't got no lateral.
I'm only saying that because it matters who the bigs are. Their bigs are
Blake want to see him,
against like someone like.
You got Drummond
against Cantor.
Blake.
That's
against Cantor and
don't
whoever else.
They power forward because he do turn up when it's time to turn up.
They power forward
turn up when it's time to turn up.
He ain't turn up, bro. Andre Drummond got the tray ball now too.
What?
Forget.
Pop that boy.
Oh no!
Pop that boy.
He got that now.
Trey ball.
Pop that boy, son. Nah. He got some nerve. I don't know about Trey Ball. I know he got some nerve though.
I heard
he got some nerve.
He's Tristan Thompson got the Trey Ball in his arsenal.
Yeah, he popped like 2 against Philadelphia.
He popped on right. He started took it to the bench.
Yeah, bro. I seen that, bro.
Chatting, bro. Yeah, watch this. He said that was the first bucket of the game. No, I know y'all saw him come from half court, son. I don't know who he thought he was.
Bro, Jordan.
He thought he was Kyrie,
bro. Jordan
he thought he was Kyrie, bro. He thought he was Kyrie, bro. Come on, court, dribble.
Like, what was going through his mind, bro? You would have thought they was up by Xfinity.
Bro, they was up by 5 and they lost the game, bro. They was up by 5 with a minute to go and they lost.
What I don't understand is how is he still subbed in after that? That's why I don't understand.
Lost that game for real.
They lost that game.
Yeah, they lost that game.
No, I think what happened was the ball went back court, and he thought he was gonna get a 24-second violation, so he shot it up.
But if you look though, Colin Sexton and I think Darius Garland were both open, bro.
Now they was calling for the ball, bro.
He was calling for both of them was open. He
said nah.
Dribbling.
He said nah.
Like, damn.
That's crazy.
I don't know who he thought he was, bro. He really
thought he was Kyrie.
Alright, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And we'll catch y'all next week.